While exploring Natlan in Genshin 5.2, you can notice these 5 floating sigils and a furnace with a sword stuck inside. This is the location where you'll find them. The 5 sigils are linked to 5 furnaces of fiery embers. You can draw the weapon only after you have unlocked all 5 furnaces. These are the 5 locations in which the furnaces are present. Now, to reach the first furnace, we shall make use of this teleport waypoint here. Turning to your right, you will immediately see a larger gold sigil floating in a distance. Once you're near the sigil, you can interact with it, and it will teleport you to the first furnace of fiery embers. Upon approaching the sigil again, it shall float and lock itself behind this gateway. To open it, make use of the Saurian transformation and pull on the hook behind you. Enter this room. Now quickly pull on the hook on your left and absorb the orb, aiming it towards the mechanism. Once the orb passes through the mechanism, it unlocks the gateway. As you go down the hallway, you shall come across the first chest. Now activate the elevator to go down. The lower floor contains the second puzzle involving the sigil. The sigil will find itself another gateway to lock itself behind. Now, to open this gateway, you will at first have to reposition these mechanisms. This one should face the second mechanism, and this one should be directed towards the gateway. After doing so, you can pick up the orb, return back to the gateway, in a position where you can pull the hook on time. Aim the orb at the first mechanism, and as it makes its way towards the gate, open it exactly when the orb is ready to pass through. With the first sigil now in its place, a second mechanism shall appear into the room. To unlock the next gateway, you need to pull the hook on your top right and pick up the orb, aiming it at the mechanism before it goes back up. The orb then unlocks the second gateway, and now you can access the sigil. There's also a pyroculi inside this room. With the second sigil also in place, you have unlocked the first furnace and a precious chest is available. You can take the wind current, or we can now teleport directly to the next furnace. To access this one, we'll make use of this teleport waypoint. Walk towards the ruin that you see in a distance. Once near the ruin, you can use the Saurian transformation. Hold its attack to read the symbol on top of the gate to unlock it. There is a common chest inside. You will claim this chest to reach the next area of the furnace. Glide down slowly, and you have now reached the second furnace. You'll see the sigil across you by the gateway, and it replaces itself with a mechanism that attacks you. To stop the mechanism, aim the Saurian's attack to the blue stone and use hold attack to read the circular symbol to open the gateway on top. Glide through, and then you can shut down the mechanism so it no longer attacks you. While going down this elevator, there is a small opening where there is a common chest. If you miss the opening while going down, you can still activate the lift once again to make your way back up. You have now entered the second puzzle area. As the sigil disappears and the attack mechanism shows up, make sure the attack mechanism aims at the blue stone right in front of it, and now read the symbols that have joined. The sigil reappears, and a platform is now available for you to hop onto. Upon touching the symbol here, it teleports you to a different location. There is an enemy right in front of you. You will have to defeat it first. After the enemy is defeated, the sigil reappears in front of you, and there is a chest for you to claim.
But a momentary distraction.
Glide towards the sigil, and you will have to follow it down its descent. Jump down sharply, following it into a furnace. You have jumped right on top of the second furnace. Simply use the mechanism on the left to open the gateway and bring the second sigil into its position beside the first one. And with that, you have unlocked the second furnace of Fairy Embers.
But a momentary distraction.
Let's make our way to the third location, which is here. We shall make use of this teleport waypoint to get there. Now, to access this furnace, you need to turn behind you, and you will see two enemies in purple scaring a group of tiny saurians. Defeat them first. After defeating the two enemies, a chest shall spawn. You'll have to claim the chest.
Take them. I have no need.
You will see some of the tiny saurians gradually disappearing towards a boulder, which later reveals to be a cave. Once you've dropped down inside the cave, there is a saurian transformation behind you. Make use of that to hop down near the magma floor. There is a common chest hidden here. You'll have to go underground and knock it The next target is this cube here. You'll knock it and knock the 3 others that shall spawn afterwards. Hop to the other side. And now the next path is revealed to you. Open this gateway by unlocking the mechanism on the left. There is a ruin grader inside this room. You will have to fight it first.
Stabilize!
Laid bare. Inazuma shines eternal. Ha! Ha!
After defeating the enemy, you will have a chest to claim. And the first gold sigil is right on top the pedestal. Touch it to start a puzzle. You will follow it through the gateway and use the Saurian transformation, making use of the walls, enter the crater up ahead. Once on top, you will see that the sigil enters this elevator and makes its way up. When you activate the elevator for the first time, you are sent downwards, and right beside you is the second sigil. Touch it as well and follow it through the gateway. Make use of the same way you went up the first time, entering the crater. The sigil has automatically gone up, but this time use the mechanism and press start up. You will be sent down once again, but follow the path up once more, and this time the elevator will lead you upwards. Entering the crater a third time. Make your way to the elevator, and this time you are going up. Once up, you'll see both the sigils have already reached the upper floor, and by touching them, they will go to their designated locations. With that, you have unlocked the third furnace of Fiery Embers. The last 2 furnaces are slightly away from the main island, and to access the 4th furnace, you can make use of this teleport waypoint here. If you haven't unlocked it yet, you can make use of this one and using the Saurian glide to the 2nd waypoint and then to the 3rd one. Once you've reached this floating island, defeat the Abyss Mage that is near the puzzle mechanism. After defeating it, you can now start the trial. In this trial, you'll have to collect the 2 sigils that have spawned in 2 different locations on this island and use the Saurian transformation, flying towards these power-ups so you can fly upwards till you reach the first sigil, which is at the very top. After you have collected the first one, the second sigil is below the teleport waypoint. So slowly glide down and you will be able to collect that one as well. After collecting the 2 sigils, go back to the mechanism. Now you'll have to defeat this Ruin Grader. Upon defeating the Ruin Grader, you now have a luxurious chest to claim, and the 4th furnace of Fiery Embers has been activated.
Take them. I have.
The 5th and final furnace is probably the furthest you'll have to go for, and using this teleport waypoint, move to the edge of this cliff, you'll find a Saurian transformation. After transforming, glide all the way towards the island on which the furnace is present. As you're nearing the island, you'll see that the first sigil is on the very top. You can go and collect that one first. Upon touching the sigil, a cutscene starts, and it reveals the furnace down below. Make your way down and use the Saurian transformation and start clearing these obstacles. After you've cleared the Saurian trial, this rainbow bridge appears. Use it to go up to the island in the sky. Once you've reached up, try not to awaken the Ruin Grader that you can see here. It's actually a local legend and is quite tanky. You can defeat it if you want the achievement. If not, you can sneak up behind it and collect the precious chest and the sigil.
Take them. I have.
With the final sigil now collected, you have unlocked the 5th furnace of Fiery Embers. If you noticed, one chest spawned near the furnace, and the easiest way to go back to that location would be to glide there from the island you are on currently by making use of this bird transformation. Using the Saurian and gliding there is the most effective way of collecting the final chest as well. With that, you have collected the last chest.
Take them. I have no.
Now we shall go back to the central furnace, which is in the middle of the Natlan region. You can see all 5 sigils are now lit up and larger than what they were initially. And you can now draw the weapon. This will teleport you to a different location, And here you have a luxurious chest. If you walk further, you will notice you also have a 4-star weapon you can claim. That's all for this guide. I hope it was helpful and you have fun exploring Natlan in the Genshin 5.2 update.